All right, the date is December 18th, 2017. The time is 6 o'clock, and I'd like to bring to order the meeting for the Douglas Board of Health. We'll end this meeting going into executive session, but we'll start out with first item on the agenda here is EnviroTrack, request for change of laboratory. Okay, whatever we have, letter says, Kristen, we indicated in our proposal that Test America would be our designated lab for this project, but would like to use RI Analytical out of Hudson, Mass. Instead. Would that be okay? And that's for EnviroTrack for the monitoring of the landfill. I don't know if anybody has any issues with that.
As long as they're up to the same
certified
qualifications as what the other one was.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Sioux EnviroTrack would be on top of that. Huh?
I would hope so. I'll probably just ask them that, but
Right, if they feel they're equally
same
qualified.
standards. That's what I believe they're using now. Probably switching labs for whatever reason. But yeah, just ask them. You can ask them that, and if that's the case, I don't think there'd be any problem having them switch that.
Nope.
We don't need to take a vote on that, do we?
You might want to, just
Yeah,
because of change in the...
Okay. Do we have a motion on that?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to accept the EnviroTrack's request for change of laboratory to the Hudson facility.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Ayes have it. Okay, next item on the agenda, we have a transfer station. The first item for the transfer station is the budget.
So no, that's just when I talked to, because the BP's prices have gone up.
Yes.
So we used to have that as a big cushion in our budget, but now it's more money. So we never increased it because we were going to wait to see. So we might have to increase it at the next town meeting, take some more out of retained earnings, but also maybe, put the sticker sales up.
Back up to they were.
So-
We had dropped them $10,
Well, first let's
start
find
giving
out.
money
We
back.
still have an awful lot of cushion there, and all it is for the mileage of, I think, or the truck drivers or something about them. They gotta
Well,
get paid a
everything went
little
up.
bit more.
The
Disposal.
disposal went up too, when everything went up.
Yeah.
So we're definitely higher than we,
We'll see. In fact, I'd like to know how, when the year ended, did we come out with a positive?
yeah, we always have money left. Well, we have money left over always, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so that's showing that we are still doing.
But now we
holding on
might
to our-
not. So now we might have
Yeah,
to
we
go
don't know,
ask for
but
more.
we won't, it's just the beginning, we'll see how it goes, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I'm hoping, if we don't need to raise it, I'd like to, myself personally,
Pretty
leave
steady
it the way it is, it's just,
That's not
it's
it.
been good, and we do have a pretty good cushion there, and it'd be nice to use a little bit of it up.
Yeah, as long as we can maintain that.
Yes, well, we don't need as much as that, to be honest with you.
No.
But I'm a little wondering, I remember when we had 330-some thousand, then we, for some reason, when we had the, what am I trying to think? The audit came in, and it came out to be 287. Did that fluctuation go? How come? I'd like to, there's a few
Yeah.
questions that you just wonder, I wonder about anyways. I'm not saying anything is wrong, but
Right, right.
it
Yes.
just makes you just,
Why the numbers aren't consistent?
but it would be nice, no, it'd be just be
Or-
nice to have the amount of money that we have, that the people who are using it should be the ones that are receiving some of the
That's
Oh,
quite,
yes.
That's quite a,
We had felt at one point.
We had
a year
to go
ago.
up. We went up, oh yes.
We went up.
And the reason we
And
went
then-
down is we ended up having one of our help was full-time. And then without having him full-time, it just more or less, you didn't have to pay medical, you didn't have to, that's where all the savings came in.
Yes. And then we felt like we could drop it, which we did a
We
year or
have
so ago.
Oh, no, quite a few years, yeah, at least.
Was it a year and a half?
Oh, no.
The full-time,
Probably-
I have.
No, down the sticker prices.
Oh,
went
yeah, that was a
down.
few years ago, a couple years
Been
ago.
a few years?
Couple
Okay.
years ago.
A while ago, yeah. At
So what
least
it-
probably 3 or 4 as far as I can.
So our retained earnings,
We're just gonna have to take more, we'll,
yeah, we've
And
been,
there's a-
we've-
yeah,
it's
you-
been dropping, and not considerably, but it each half, we've seen it drop some, so we're doing what we wanted to do. We thought we had quite a buffer there, we wanted to give some back to the townspeople using the transfer station.
Well, we've been fixing up the transfer station also.
As well.
We've helped quite a bit.
Yes,
And we've been-
which is good, they needed it, and I don't know if we
Right.
need any other projects up
The
there.
only thing that I did check into the light up top, and
Yes.
we've got to get an outfit basically that utilizes a regular truck with a lift, because we got to have an electrician look and make sure it's not just a bulb. If it's just a bulb, they'll just go up and replace the bulb. But if it's something else, it'd be good to have someone who has the
Bucket truck.
knowledge with
Capability
the
and
bucket
knowledge.
truck and the ability to repair what is up there.
Yes,
how do you call
that's what I was
that?
doing.
I think there's a company right on Route 16 just before the Uxbridge line. They have a company that goes around and does work. Plus, on Gilboa Street, one of my tenants that, when we owned that piece of property, that's what he did in Worcester, is go around and replace all the lights at all of the different, maybe I can get a hold of
Is it a
him.
private firm or do you work for the city?
He works private.
Private.
There are firms that were basically, but I could not find them in the, when I went online to try to see if I could locate somebody who would do that. I was hoping it
Capable of
was,
doing that.
but it's too, I think it's around at least 12 to 15 feet high. And it should be lit up. The guys are having to go up there and when it's dark.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No,
We need it to be lit.
I'm not even sure if National Grid might not be able to do it for us because we do utilize a lot of electricity. Years ago, we only had, that was not a three-phase. We had them put in for the compact as a three-phase unit that have really added the oomph to the compact. We were wondering why we weren't being able to get that much of a
Power,
and they came in with a three-phase. So maybe even National Grid, it's something where
worth checking into.
check into, like,
See if they can do it, be great.
right.
Alright.
So should I call National Grid, or do I want to wait?
That would be good.
Yeah, just,
National Grid?
I'm
please.
thinking of somebody else too.
Well, it's,
Trying to think of electrical company. I can't think of the company name. Maybe I will before the end of the.
yeah, it's,
I'll
we
get
can add it to the list. There you go. Yeah, it'd be good to check into. Any other comments or questions regarding the budget? The transfer station?
No,
Okay, and, got tire collection. That's, okay.
Oh, you know who it is? Betancourt Electric.
Betancourt?
Betancourt. They're out of. He lives in Uxbridge, but it's a pretty good sized company. But they do a lot of. They do a lot of commercial, but they do a lot of utility type work. So
that'd be good.
Good looking into checking
yeah,
it in as well.
Betancourt.
Betancourt in Uxbridge.
Yeah.
All right. So for tire day, it looks like we have a list here of tires, the amounts and sizes that we collected.
That's from the highway
This is the
department.
highway department only. Okay, from the highway department, we had two 10-inch tires, 6 14-inch, 3 15-inch, 10 16-inch, 4 17-inch, 3 20-inch, and 1 25-inch backhoe tire.
And this is what came actually from, that's all of it, and that's what came from them.
Okay, that's what they
Collected all that.
collected. So that's collected on the side of the roads, or
Yeah, out of that is just, these two last things were from the highway department.
okay. So all the smaller tires were all collected.
Yep.
And from around town, and then the highway department
How many
themselves.
tires were collected around town?
That's 21, 25. 25 tires from anywhere from 10 to 17 inch. And then the highway department themselves had 3 20-inch and 1 25-inch backhoe tire. So So 4 tires from
So what
DPW
what was the
themselves.
intake? How much did we actually take in by people who dropped off tires? What I'm looking for is how much was above and beyond what was gonna pay for what was dropped off that we could utilize
Well,
towards the-
John's was about 90, well, if you go by cost or
I
by,
think, what-
about $99 for John's.
You're right. I think what you're asking is
What was the total
actual
revenue?
tires that we brought in and we collected, amount of money we collected,
Yeah.
compared to the amount of money that we actually had to pay out to have the tires removed.
All right, what's the difference?
That's how much we have there. Whatever
there a
we,
profit
the
margin?
difference that we had, we're gonna know what we can put toward the DPW
Okay.
costs, so
The profit
I don't know if
margin?
that's available now.
Right, John doesn't have to, it'd be good to help him out as much as possible.
Oh, yeah, as much as possible, absolutely.
We always have,
It's,
what it comes down to though is it's something though we've gotta be just be very conscientious about. That's all.
it's a good thing to keep track of. I mean, because we,
Well, we've covered him all the way through, and
Yes.
I had I talked with John, and it's one thing where what we've got to do is be very. I feel we've got to be very cognizant. I'd love to just say absorb it all. In fact, we have to absorb what they picked up on the side of the road. But
oh, absolutely,
what we
yeah.
don't have to absorb or have some help with, and that's where we wanted to know how much money was there, so that we could absorb how many tires John through the highway department dropped off. When you have a excavator or a backhoe tire that's $200 or plus to get rid of, it doesn't take too much to really go up to the point where
But yeah,
we
we
shouldn't be
collected
thinking
on
about doing
287.
tires.
Yeah,
We collected 287?
We
That's all.
Yeah.
that's right.
Okay,
The tires on the side of the road,
so that's how,
I
that's
didn't hear what you said. I'm
we
sorry.
collected $287. We
In
did.
all?
Yeah, from
beyond
the
what the
residents.
cost,
No,
No.
total.
in general,
Okay,
200 and how much?
87.
and how much do we have to pay out for the tires to be removed?
For $29.50.
It's $429.50 we paid out. So 287 is what we collected,
Yep. And then,
so there's approximately $140 beyond what we collected it.
right,
So we lost $142? Is that right? Really, we lost that much money? $142? Oh,
142.50.
God, I thought we had a little pad in the tire price.
That's what we're trying on. We didn't know the number of tires we were dealing with.
Oh, we did.
Dealt with, the highway
Right.
department was gonna drop off. We didn't know how many tires they had collected,
Right.
right? And we're gonna be dropping off. So
I mean,
that's,
if we have the money to absorb it, I would like to absorb it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, that's helping the town as well,
Yes.
Yes,
you know, I mean, that's
But
not.
the only sad thing about it is it makes me wonder if I would like to have another tire day. I would rather say forget tire day and if we have to take care of whoever drops off the tires, we'll have to absorb that. But we wouldn't have to absorb anything else.
for tire day?
Yeah, in other words, we did that it was supposed to be a nice thing for the townspeople to have. But if we're gonna be, it's hard enough, if I could say, okay, we've got an X amount of surplus money, let's take a little bit of that to help offset that, we'd have to go to town meeting just about
Yes.
to get that money to be able to.
My concern with that is that if we eliminated the tire day, how many of those tires will then be dumped off in the state
We've-
forest?
We've
and will
eliminated
be
it for a
collected?
few years here and there because it just went for a while, it wasn't enough
Right.
tires to get up,
Were there-
there.
What happened with the tires? They just left out in the state forest, or
No,
were
they
they
picked
collected
up.
and what was done with them at that
I don't
point?
know, either, maybe we absorbed that, I don't know if, or
Okay. I didn't,
You know,
was the stockpile
Brownwood
somewhere?
Brownwood will go out to anybody, whoever has a few tires, if they're in the area,
Mm-hmm.
they'll come and pick up the tires for no problem
Okay.
individually.
But see,
We're not
people
losing
don't-
money on the
people don't
townspeople.
know that,
No,
Right.
Right,
you know.
but I'm
people
saying
don't
if the
know.
highway department picks up these tires,
Yeah,
and if we're responsible for that, then we would be told X amount of tires, let's get Brown to come over to the highway
Right,
department,
right.
and send us the bill.
right. Right,
And we'd have to, as long as we budget for it, that's another thing.
sure.
I mean, for a long time, we were so close, that's why we were trying to budget $4,000 extra for maintenance and for upkeep and whatnot. For a while there, it was like $1,200, and we were in trouble quite a few different times.
Yeah.
And I never really thought it was that much of a problem until I realized you have to go to town meeting to be able to open this up.
Yes, utilize it.
Yeah.
I would say if we can budget and we can help, I mean, if it costs us $150 a year to take tires in for John and help the highway department out, then I am all
Oh,
for it.
I agree with that totally.
I don't think it,
And
if we can put that into the budget, I mean, I don't think taking $150 out of
Well,
our
just
pocket-
remember when the budget time comes to make a,
but the tire people are dropping off tires and paying for them. We're not losing money on that.
no,
So
we're making a little bit.
we're making some money there.
I
So
would
it's a
say
little
John
bit.
probably does dollar value more than that for us, I would think.
I would, yeah. I mean, we
Does a lot of
we
work for
benefit
us.
as well from DPW when we
If
need
we
them.
can scratch it back a little bit and get rid of $150 worth of tires, then I'm all for it.
Yes. I mean, they've been great when we've needed them as far as what I've been hearing when they.
I know John, and I know
John's
the whole-
responded
the
very
whole
well.
bit. He
Yeah.
does an excellent job.
Yes.
to help
He's
do
helping
it
us
up
out.
there.
He's a great guy,
Yeah, he is.
Costs us $150, then I'd say we budget that or we expect that and we
hmm
absorb it somewhere.
I don't know if we can look at our records, if that's kind of uniform for the number of tires that the highway department's dropped off each year. I don't know if it fluctuates, or if that is kind of regular. So we can kind of budget that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, when the time comes up next year, a tire day, we can discuss whether we want to
Yeah.
have that or not. So, okay. Okay, next thing, we have propane tanks. So what do we have with the propane tanks?
So
Yeah, that Kristen?
propane tanks, they're gonna be picked up. I don't know, did you want anything specific about the propane?
No, I just wanted to,
When they're
in the
being picked up?
wintertime, they normally, right. no,
And they should have been. I called them a long
the
time
tanks,
ago.
we don't leave them there for the
Yeah.
winter.
Collected?
So it's
They get
something I just
away.
was questioning when they were going to be
They were-
picking them up.
Okay,
They were due to be picked up a few weeks ago,
they're
but
still sitting there.
they were sitting there and I called and they said it's way backed up because of all the snow. So they're now bumped out till after Christmas, the week after Christmas.
All the snow.
All the snow.
Well, they're from New
All the
Hampshire.
2 inches.
Oh, okay. So
That
they've
makes
had to deal with a lot of
Yeah.
snow up there, yeah, that's right, okay.
We do live in New England, right? We're a little
It's
bit.
New England.
We're a little bit
Come
used to
on.
this stuff.
Okay. And next, we have recycled money.
That's from Ray.
Yes.
Yes, these
Raise
guys.
recycled.
That's what I think.
We have right here.
That's what he's done every year and then,
So that is what Ray has been recycling for us and collecting.
right.
Right. Well, that's all of
That's
the
a
guys
trans-
up at the transfer
Everything, they've
station.
all been collecting it. Ray's been,
He's been taking it, and he's
Ray
now
and
been
Richard now.
getting help with Dick, who's been going with him.
Kristen, what,
yeah.
can you explain
this
the
is- this looks
turnover?
great.
What does that mean? He has turnover?
Oh, no,
numbers
that's the turnover. When I turn it over to the town, that's the turnover number, so I can just refer to it.
Well,
Has
I
nothing
don't-
to do with,
on? What does that mean, 1488?
So that was-
88?
so that was fiscal year 14, and that was my 88th turnover.
Oh,
So it has
okay.
nothing to do with
Oh,
Ray, just
okay.
Turnover has
it's
nothing
from
to
me.
do. Okay.
It's from me.
Okay, I didn't quite understand
Yeah.
that,
So the date and the money is really what we're looking
Right.
at.
yeah.
there.
Okay.
But that's been fantastic for the guys up at the transfer station to be willing to do that, because they
That
really
is good.
don't have to do it. But it's a big
Yeah, it
plus.
looks like
It's
it is.
helpful.
Saves.
Yeah, we appreciate that. This numbers look,
Helps.
yeah, it does.
Sure does, yeah.
Definitely
I can
does.
see that it helps, yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Very good.
Especially since they haven't been giving us it's down to $5 a ton that we get from BP. Where
Oh,
it used to be.
metal.
Yeah, it was as high as $90 a ton.
They're doing pretty well then,
Yes.
Yeah.
with the metals.
They can make more on the pickup load than they can now the bin.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. All right. Move on to employee reviews.
We haven't done employee reviews, have we? Employee
We
reviews
haven't
is
do that.
each individual. We used to do it every year. where
Yes, I guess we're gonna be-
Every employee at the Board of Health was basically, had gone through a review.
We'll be doing that again. We're gonna restore that to our operation. Yeah, Matt had mentioned that, the town administrator. They'd like to have that done as well. So I think, Kristen, you distributed the job descriptions to all the employees of the Board of Health,
Right.
the transfer station, animal inspector, the nurse, and the health agent.
Yep.
All received, and yourself, Kristen.
Right. So Matt had said that the personnel board was looking for job descriptions, and he wants people to sit down with each employee and just go over their job description with them and write a couple paragraphs on hard copy per employee, goals for development,
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
things like that.
Yes.
By the end of January.
Who sits on those meetings? Who's doing the interviewing, does it say? Who's in charge? Is it the chair, or is it?
It's normally any member that would like to participate.
Yeah.
I would like to participate.
But hopefully you're going to have knowledge that's helpful. In other words, you should also know, be up at the transfer station and
For
watch
the-
and monitor
yes.
somewhat and get some experience of what you're actually reviewing or going over.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Dave would be very helpful to sit on with the transfer station employees. I think they're definitely the most knowledgeable
Probably sit down with the animals.
what's going on there.
Right.
Yes. And
Sit down. There's me as the agent.
nurse and the agent. I could definitely sit in on the agent, well, the nurse and administrative assistant. So whenever, after, I don't really need, after the holidays, people have had an opportunity to read over their job descriptions, you probably just
And I did
sit
add
in time.
the stuff to the transfer station ones, just make sure that everything's in there that you wanted.
Good. Thank you. All right. But yeah, just after the holidays, when, you know, we can try to set up times
Okay.
for that. Okay. Next item on the agenda, we have bills and warrants. So there's a list,
Yeah.
we have them in here. I have this guy. Should all be in the packet. First.
The big one, right? They are doing pretty well. That BP one hurts, huh?
It's always the biggie.
Big one.
It's going the wrong way, too.
It does.
What's, East Coast Electronics? What's that?
That's the
That's
red
the
box, electronic.
TVs and
Oh, yeah.
monitors, stuff like
Mm.
that. That's when we'd like to find somebody else to pick up. That went from $600, we're up to almost $1,200
I see
every
that,
time
yeah.
that box leaves.
Hmm.
That's why it's very important that we get the monies.
Right when they
Well,
collect
that-
one. Yeah.
Are we covering the cost?
Yes,
Yeah.
We are.
why it's very important.
We collect that money, yes.
And how they stack it. I've had to go up there, I don't know how many times, and stack it myself just
Have
to
you?
try to make sure that because they
More space.
more
Create more
space.
Yeah.
If you don't go from the back and work your way out, it doesn't take long, but the guys have been excellent.
Good
in
stacking it
how
up.
they've done that, yeah.
And they just charge for
Just for the
Trip.
box, when they pick up the box, it's X amount of dollars.
some other else, the number of units.
Doesn't
that-
matter.
That's good, yeah, so we can,
It's just
Fit
now,
in there.
some of them are so huge.
Yes,
They take up
today.
an awful lot of.
they do. Well, as long as we're covering the cost, then we're charging appropriately.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still quite expensive. Another thing would be the propane. From what I gather reading, they're charging us now if they're overly rusted, the containers is a different price. Used to be X amount of dollars per propane tank that's going out.
Period, yes.
Now there's different levels of what the propane tank condition it's in, which is, it's gone quite up, quite a bit higher. So it would be nice to find somebody else,
Yes.
if we could.
I get too complicated trying to make a judgment on condition of each tank that comes in.
Yeah, and the date on if it's still usable or if it's not usable. Or not. We're in the green with that too, so that's been
Okay.
pretty.
It's good as well. All right, well, we stay there. That's good. All right. Okay, next item on the agenda, we have the approval of minutes. First one we have is for August 15th. Read that over.
It's all the same as the emails you sent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of August.
We have a motion? We have a second?
A second.
Yeah, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, ayes have it. So, August 15th minutes are approved, 2017. Next one is for September 11th, 2017.
I make a motion we approve minutes for September 11th.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. So September 11th is passed. Next one we have is for October 2nd, 2017.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the minutes for October 2nd, 2017.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. And the last one is for November 13th, 2017.
I cannot do. I wasn't here.
All right.
I already read it. I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes for November 13th, 2017.
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it. All right. Approval of the minutes are completed. Okay, next item on the agenda, we have old and new business. Does anybody have any old business that needs discussion that wasn't brought to our notice within anticipated 48 hours prior to the meeting?
The only thing I'd like to bring up that I thought was gonna be was on the shredding. I wanted to
Oh,
know
yes.
what they were shredding.
Helen
And-
was here, she was filling in for me, and Jane had her shredding a bunch of stuff for her that old, whatever she didn't need.
Okay.
I've never shredded anything. I don't shred.
Well, no, what it is it's, we gotta get permission through the state.
Oh, yeah, I know, I don't shred anything.
In fact, I'd like the board, this is why it's quite important that we,
I know there's a list of certain things that need so many years and, yeah.
this is on chapter 5 on the record keeping and reporting of data management. And I'll just do, not even read the whole overview. It is important for the Board of Health to maintain complete records of all important activities and decisions it makes. Documentation is essential, as most information kept by the Board of Health is accessible by the public, and no records may be destroyed without requesting authorization from the Records Conservation Board at the Massachusetts Archives. So, we can't by this.
By law, we can't
By
destroy,
law, we
yes.
can't.
Right.
So it's just, that's why it was very,
Yeah, you should ask her, yeah, because I'm like, I don't ever shred anything, and I would never, so I asked Ruth, and I said, did you shred anything for me? She goes, no, never, I've never shredded when I was in here. I think I'm losing my mind. I said, I have someone shred, so then I thought, is Helen filled in for me before, and before I called Helen, I called Jane, I said, did you by any chance give
that was
Helen?
2 Thursdays. 'Cause I
anything
came
to
in 2
shred?
Thursdays and I watched her.
Yeah, a lot of people, there's a lot
Shredding.
of shredding that goes on in this building for like, when things expire, just get rid of it, but,
Well, if you
I've
can,
never
then that's
even-
fine, but we
Yeah, no.
basically hold on to them.
oh, I don't
And
shred
that's why we
anything.
basically we have, our files are kept in the other section of the building there for, I don't know how many, well, forever.
Ever, yeah.
But that's why it's very important that
Oh,
we,
yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, she didn't have much to do, so Jane gave her a pile of stuff to shred. And that's that, yeah.
Okay.
There was an issue concerning a camera up at the transfer station, Ray. He had mentioned something to me. I don't know if he mentioned it to you,
I
Dave.
don't know, I don't recall.
You
We
want
might
to?
have.
You want
Camera?
The one
Mention
that
that.
shines right into the red box, if you notice when you look up there, it's got mostly the field. I wanted to move it just over, just a little, so when it goes this way, we could see the right-hand side of the can bin.
Yeah, there is a. If you
Okay,
just
spot.
move the camera slightly this way, you can see that there's a bin that is the shed is blocking this particular bin, the last bin at the end. If you move the camera slightly this way, it would show the bin. You could see,
What's happening over there?
yeah. So that should probably be moved.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Doing
Does
that.
do we do that, or does the guy from security, Eagle Security?
We could possibly do it, but if we do get somebody from security, it could be a $200 fee just to come up. I don't know what it would be, but that's the
It
only
seems like it
sad
just has
thing.
to be, slightly
But
Shifted.
Yeah.
Do you
But
even have to
don't want
move the, is there bracketry? Do you have to move the bracketry?
I really don't know what it looks like. I
Fair enough.
didn't take a look at it, but
I don't see why we couldn't just move that a
Yeah.
little bit. I mean, we have to go up and take a look at the camera, see what, I'm sure we're gonna loosen something and just move it.
yeah, probably
move it
slightly.
back.
yeah,
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be interfering with anything, we're not doing it on our own, you're aware of it. you know?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Right.
sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know if, just have them do that, or you
Yeah,
wanna supervise
if
it,
you
or?
could, that would be.
Yeah, as long as you
Take
don't
a
have to.
look at it and
But just make
Take a
sure
look
somebody
at it.
else is there watching or helping you and
Yes.
holding the ladder or whatever while,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Yes.
the main concern we have is
Yeah,
for
we
safety.
don't
Safety,
want that.
safety's
I'm
number
not
one,
gonna
and
take a header, believe me.
yeah. We don't want you to.
Yep, safety. I mean, as long as there's no wires that need to be adjusted or anything, I don't see a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like that. Do you have any other old and new business?
Nope.
That covers that?
I think so.
All right. So we need to, I guess, schedule our next meeting. All right.
January something,
Yes, what will be
gonna be
the,
the 18th.
Do you want to do January, give us a chance to do all the reviews?
reviews prior, yeah, I think we want to probably get the reviews in prior to the meeting.
What's the time frame on the reviews, and like the first 3 weeks of January? I think it'll
That's,
take
that's 1 year.
around there. First 3
That's the
weeks.
wrong year, yeah.
Everything moves up a day.
I don't know if the 15th.
It's either the 3rd or 4th. 15th or
I
22nd.
think the
You gonna
15th
be
is Martin
involved in
Luther
that,
King Day.
Dave?
Is that a big holiday?
I know the schools have it all.
Let's go, you'll,
Or get closed.
yeah,
22nd, maybe?
Probably the 22nd then.
Was that you?
So we're talking January, what, 22nd?
January 22nd. At 6 o'clock.
And as soon as the review of the individual people comes out, then we can get working on that. I know what I used to do. In fact, I'd take them home and work on them, and then Corey, whoever wants to be on it, you basically, and then you come together. If you, I don't know how you want to do that, but for the most part, or if you want to do all of the reviews yourself, that's fine by me. I've done it quite a few different years without, so it's something.
I think you should be involved though.
Yeah, I would like
The
to.
transfer station
For sure.
employees definitely, and the health agent.
Yeah, I'd like to
So,
sit in at least and see how it
Sit
goes
in.
with the transfer station ones.
Well,
See
the
how-
agent
see
is
how it's run.
not a necessity. The agent is basically, it's the Board of Health's responsibility
Yeah.
of doing that. And he's also the agent, so it's,
Can't sit in himself.
huh?
No, I would need, right, it would have to be probably, let's see.
Somebody else sitting in it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I could do that.
Should we review that?
But,
The
yeah,
sooner you get those out, the better, the sooner you can look at them and review it and go over it.
yes. You just need to, right after the holidays, after
If
first, we
possible,
can
yeah.
schedule those as soon as possible so we can,
So let's try to get them scheduled the first. 2
Well,
weeks
normally
of
what you
January.
do is you put
Yeah.
together what your review is, then you call the people, and once it's done, you don't have the people there and then do it and write down, as far as I know.
I've never done them, I'm not sure how that would go about. That's, you normally would,
You would do the review of what you thought it was going to be, then you would present a copy to the employee.
Okay.
And then they would have recourse to be able to come back and say, well, I don't agree with this here too much, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's basically how it used to.
Yeah, they should have a chance for rebuttal, all right?
mm-hmm,
Because it goes into their records.
okay.
So that's why you normally, as the board, you come to a consensus on this is good, then you would give a copy, or you, whenever you, it would be similar to when they do the evaluations of the restaurants. You do he does the paperwork, and then he gives a
There's a
copy.
form and a check, yeah.
Right.
Any notes he puts on
And
it.
then they have a chance to state, this is going to be done at such a time, or whatever it's going to be.
Okay,
Barn bucks.
I don't,
all right. that's-
if I'm around,
It's good,
I'm
yeah.
hopefully going to be gone quite a bit this beginning of the year. So
He hasn't come
that's
to my
why I'm
house.
saying if
somebody else
I'm
can-
around, I'll gladly.
Do it, but if you're not, then,
it's something-
Congratulations.
yeah. I'm the last one, I'm the transfer station guy, I'm never up there.
Yeah, I go up there
Yes,
more
you
so
would-
now than before.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to really check that camera thing. I was in and out Saturday, but I'm gonna be up there this Saturday. I'll check it out. Take a look
Okay.
at it.
That'd be helpful, appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right,
My wife's birthday, we were, it's like a national holiday.
Should be.
big deal.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, that'll bring a close to the regular meeting. We're gonna do is go into executive session. So we'd like to close out the meeting, and we'll need to take a roll call vote to go into executive session now.
Now, are
Right.
the
Into
three
why?
transfer station employees going to be allowed to be here?
And why
Meeting-
are you going in?
The reason, yes, okay. They're gonna be here, they were notified
Yeah.
to come in here for the proper event, so,
Good.
yes. All right, we're gonna go to executive session to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence, or an individual or to discuss the discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual. So, that's what we're gonna do. Go into executive session. We need a roll call vote for that. So, to do so, we need to state a name and,
David S. McCollum, aye.
right,
Robert Brazo, aye.
Corey Howard, aye.
Steve Donatelli, aye.